Nice to be back here. When I say combating depression, we actually, we're not saying anyone is depressed, but we're looking at if you are feeling depressed or if you are exposed or if you are having some kind of risk factors or if you know someone and you can help someone, parents, anyone at all that can be exposed to depression. And support is very important for many people that are depressed. So if we move on to the next slide, we're going to focus on the risk factors. And I'm just going to pick on only like 2 or 3. Some of the risk factors we talked about the last time we met was family history, chronic stress, unresolved loss, personality traits, and substance abuse. So these are like things that can really push you, apart from the fact that you might have medical imbalance or hormonal imbalance that can risk you to have depression. But family history is another one, genetics. But it's not like the major type of depression or risk for depression. So chronic stress is a big one, and grief and loss, personality traits can actually lead you into having depression. So we're going to focus on stress and personality traits. And the reason why is that because of a lot of things that are going on in the world today, a lot of stresses, virtual work, things that you used to do before, you can't do them. So that stress on your body, that stress, that personality that has been changed, that likes to be outdoor, and then now you cannot really go outdoor as much as you want. So we can just go straight into stress and personality. So stress is a big thing. So sometimes some of us might notice that when we're stressed, we might see, we say, oh, I have a breakout because I'm stressed. I have this because I'm stressed. Or my eye bags, I be heavy. It's like, oh, you look tired because I'm stressed. The thing is that stress, prolonged stress, let's say you're working nights every single day, night shift every single day, and you don't get to sleep when you wake up in the morning, when you come back home. And then let's say you now get into other activity or a second job. Now that's stress of the body that goes on for 2 to 3 years. And then what happens is that, let's say there is a task you're supposed to do and you're supposed to study. All of a sudden you're doing so many things. So even if you're like, I can cope with this, but there's a wear and tear on your defense mechanism of your body. And the H usually is called like the hypothalamic and pituitary gland. It's an area around the brain that if there's an overactivity, it produces stress hormone. So if you see sometimes when you break out because you say, oh, I'm so stressed, it's because either there's high cortisol level or epinephrine. So imagine your body in that constant overactivity every single day for 1 year, 2 years. When something snaps or someone gets you angry, it can be that moment where you just have that traumatic event. So it's easier for you to slide into depression, or it's easier for you to be burnt out and thinking, oh, I don't like this job, I don't like this, because you've been running on very high brain activity for a long time. So that's stress. So God has also given us ability to cope with stress, but not to stay in stress, because He said He gives His beloved sleep. So He knows that sleep is important for us. So sleep is good. If it's nothing wrong with taking sleep, just take sleep if you need it. Now, another big one is the personality trait. One of the traits that really stands out for people that could have depression is neurotic traits. And when we talk about neurotic traits, we're talking about people that have very negative emotions. If you're the kind of person that sees everything negative first before you see the positive, or someone is talking to you, you're like, oh, I'm sure she's just picking on me. That's a risk factor for you getting exposed to depression, because every time someone is going to say something, you already know that, oh, she's going to be negative. Or someone that's always worrying. Yeah, you're always like. So when they did the research to find out what was common with all the people that actually were depressed, it had something to do with their traits. Their personalities, they were always worrying about things, very highly critical about people. Another feeling of self-doubt, self-conscious, easily stressed, angry, upset, irritable. Those personalities expose you to this very high tension moments where, oh my God, I need to do this. Oh my God, no, this is not working for me. So when we watch our personality and we see people that are always critical, or we see people that are always, negative, it's a sign that if things happen or if there's a push or if something doesn't go their way, they can feel down continuously. And it's also harder to get out if you don't build on those personality traits and kind of put them aside.